Good morning, Kinder families. So I wanted to go over the new readers that were going to be coming home in your Kinder's folders today, whether they had their at-home reading kits or if you'll find them in their red folders. So in place of the decodable passages, what you're going to notice is they're going to be starting to come home with two readers. There will be a nonfiction reader and a fiction reader. So the nonfiction reader is clearly going to state at the top that it's a nonfiction decodable reader. And again, they'll read it the same way that they've been reading it the past couple of times, where they're independently reading and blending the sounds together to read the reader. I strongly encourage them to read it more than once so that they're building up their fluency when reading. And then after they've had an opportunity to read the story a few times, on the very back page, as you can see here, on the very back page, there's going to be some questions that the adult can ask them. Now, you can either write the answers in for them, or it can just be something for you to discuss. The book is theirs to keep, so it's not something that you would need to send back in for me to verify. Because of the snow days, I didn't get a chance to finish prepping and printing out the actual reading logs. I am going to have those, and we'll be putting those in the folders the next time. But again, the books are something you keep, so you don't have to send the books back with their answers to the questions. I'll just have you signing off on something showing that they stated it. Now, the additional thing that's going to be coming home is there will be some type of fictional reader. Now, again, depending upon your child and what it is that they're working on, the reader might look like what you see here, or it might look a little bit different. But you'll clearly be able to tell that it's a fictional story just based on the cover art of it and what the story is about. So again, they'll go through the same process of reading the story, reading it a few times to build up fluency. You can also ask them the questions. It does have questions at the back that you can use to discuss what happened in the story. It also has some review as far as reviewing sounds and some of the words that you'll find in there, some additional words that they may come across. But for the fictional reader, this is where we start using the actual, oops, sorry about that. This is where we start using the actual pages that are in the center part of their at-home reading kits. So they'll be identifying by illustration and writing the word of the main character of the story, illustrating and writing the word for what the setting of the story is. And for the setting, we're having them focus on the where the story took place, not necessarily the when at this point. And then finally, an illustration, and if they can come up with one word at this point for what their favorite part. We will be getting to a point where we'll be actually writing sentences for the favorite part of the story, but just to start off, we're just going to start with one word just to get them acclimated to this new activity. So again, their packets will be coming home with two readers: nonfiction, which it's reading through several times and then answering the questions in the back. The fictional story, where they're practicing reading through a few times. You can ask the questions at the back, but then their actual response is to go onto the sheets that look like this. If you are missing any of these types of materials, please don't hesitate to reach out to me. And if you have any other questions about it, let me know. Happy reading.